Hello, friends. Welcome to the world of learning and growing. I am Dr. Purnima, and today we are going to discuss about how to go ahead for your preparations regarding NEET UG. The exam date has been announced. I'm sure you are aware that it is on the 5th of May 2024. And when I am discussing this with you today, we will have a very thorough discussion about how much time you should allocate to what subject and how can you score the best marks out of these remaining days that are there. So we will not discuss about how many hours you need to study or what is the length of the time that you need to stretch, how many hours you need to sleep, because that will vary depending upon your own individual preferences. If you want to study in the morning or in the night, that also varies according to your study preferences. But regarding this, if you want to know about your biological cycle, we have a video posted about who is a night owl or who is the morning bird, so you can check that out if you want to know your personality type. But today, what we are going to discuss is regarding how to plan for the next upcoming days until your exam. So your exam is on 5th of May. We will start preparing. Suppose we are started preparing from 9th of March. So if we start from 9th, then we'll have to divide our days into a period of 10 days of the time. Okay, so if we take first 10 days, suppose 9th March to 19th March, then 19th March to 29th March, then again 9 days after that, 10 days after that. So we'll divide it into four particular chunks of 10 days each, that is 40 days. For what? So that is for your first revision. So we are giving 10 days to physics, 10 days to chemistry, 10 days to botany, 10 days to zoo. Because you have 45 questions each from that. You have 45 questions from physics, 45 from chemistry, and 90 questions from biology, which is roughly divided as 45 and 45. So as you have the book, as you have your notes, as you have prepared everything for the past 2 years, this is the time to utilize every single material that you have prepared, amalgamate it, and study with full focus and concentration. So, if we start with physics, because that is one of the most difficult subjects that we medicos feel it is. So, first of all, we'll deal with the difficult task first, because we don't want to keep it pending till the end of our preparation, because then it will increase our anxiety level or it will increase our stress. So we are very familiar with biology, as I'm aware that physics and chemistry is a bit difficult than biology, so we'll tackle that first. So first 10 days dedicated purely to physics. Don't try and do a part of physics, a part of chemistry, a part of biology every day. It is better that you stick to physics. You write down all the formulas, you write down the concepts that you are not very thorough with, or if you are having some doubts, you can clear it. You have to be prepared with. In this 10 days, you have to complete the entire physics very, very thoroughly. That will only happen if you have read it earlier and if you have made notes. That's why I've been stressing from my first video itself. We also have the video of how to make notes. So if you are not aware about how to make notes, please refer to that video and start making notes. It is never, never late, but it will help you at the end of the exam. So during this final phase of preparation, I recommend you to divide your studying time into 60 and 40 percentage. 60% of your studying time should be dedicated to reading the theory, reading the concept, gaining the knowledge, and 40% of the time you should be applying that knowledge to solve MCQs. We all have MCQs available. The previous year questions are very, very important. You have to go through it, and just you have to solve MCQs for the 40% of the time, because that will only help you during the examination. Our mind gets charged, it gets thinking in a way that it has to select an answer and not write lengthy paragraphs. So whatever you need to know, you will remember only by solving MCQs. So I think this is very clear that you divide your time 60-40. So first we are done with physics, then we come to chemistry. Now chemistry is mostly about the theory and also the equations. So when you are reactions and equations are very, very important. So whenever you are trying to attempt the question, you have to write it down. Don't try to read it, don't try to mug it up. Try writing it down on the paper. That is only going to help you in the exam. And again, the same rule, 60-40. 60% of the time you have to study uh, read the concept, read the equation, try understanding it, writing it, and 40% of the time only solve MCQs. And when you are solving MCQs, we understand the areas that we make most mistakes in. You just don't have to solve the MCQ, you have to check the answers also. So whenever you are solving suppose 20 MCQ, you have to check the answers and see where you are going wrong again and again and again. So there are certain topics that you are very thorough with and you will get all the questions right, but there will be topics which where you will be repeatedly making mistake. So now this is the point where you have to write down those topics where you are not very thorough with and where you are repeatedly making mistakes. So at the end of your notebook, just mention those topics that okay, in this topic I'm making mistakes. Suppose in organic chemistry, in carbons I'm making mistake, or whatever there is. Okay, so like this you will prepare the topics, a list of the topics that you have to go through on the last minute. Then we come to botany and zoo. So I think biology we all are very comfortable with mostly, and it is theoretical. So if you go through the you have to go through the NCRT textbooks, that's it. Most of the paper is from the NCRT notes, from the lines of the NCRT textbook. So I think if you're thorough with the textbook, you're done with it. Also you have to understand, suppose we are learning about cardiovascular system, then you have to understand the working of the heart, how the blood flows. One, we have also made one of the videos regarding that, so you can also check that out. And we have told you how to remember things easily, so that you don't have to mug everything up and you can understand the concept and solve MCQs accordingly. So now you are left with the last 14 days of your preparation. So I would recommend you that leave the last 4 days for now. So now we have a piece of chunk of time of 10 days. Okay, so from if we are starting from 9th of March, that is today itself. So 9th March to 19th March we have done physics. From 20th of March to 30th of March we have done chemistry. From 31st of March to 9th of April we have done botany or biology part 1. And 10th of April to 20th of April we have done biology part 2. So now we are thorough with the first revision, and we know what topics we are thorough with and what topics we are having difficulty with. While solving MCQs we are going to find that out, and we have made the list accordingly. Now is the final period of revision where you have to go through things that you have not done in the past, that is you are having some difficulty. So the last 10 days will be divided into 3, 3 and 4. That is first 3 days for physics, second 3 days for chemistry, last 4 days for biology. So in the first 3 days of physics, what you are going to do is only read those topics which you found difficult. Don't read topics that were easy for you, because you already are thorough with it. You don't have to revise it again and again. You have to revise the topics that you're not thorough with. Same for physics, same for chemistry, same for biology. If you think that there are some topics in biology that you need to go around again and again, you can do that in 4 days. I think for second revision or last final revision, 4 days for bio is sufficient. Then we come to the last 4 days of preparation, that is first, second, third, and fourth of May. What to do in that? So while you are preparing for your 10 days, then last 3 days, you have to write down what are the frequently asked topics. This is not the topic that you are good at, this is not the topic that you are not good at. These are the topics which are frequently asked in your exams. So this is from the previous year questions, this can be in your test series. You know from the entire topic कम से कम 10 से 15 से 20 क्वेश्चन इससे आते हैं, 10 से 15 क्वेश्चन इससे आते हैं. जब आपको ये पता है कि ये टॉपिक में से क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, यू हैव टू ओनली रीड दोज इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक्स इन द लास्ट 4 days. सो यू हैव टू मेक अ लिस्ट कि ये क्वेश्चंस बार, यहाँ से क्वेश्चंस बार बार पूछे जाते हैं, ये लाइन बार बार पूछी जाती है, किडनी के टॉपिक में से क्वेश्चंस बार बार पूछे जा रहे हैं. जैसे आपका जेनेटिक्स, you have a lot of questions based on genetics. So this topic is very very important. You cannot leave genetics and hereditary traits in your biology chapter. So that is very very important. You have to identify such core topics, and for the last 4 days only study those topics, and you're done, you're prepared. Even in the last 4 days you have to also solve some MCQs, and I would recommend you to solve the MCQs when your exam is scheduled. So if you whenever your time of exam is, if it is in the morning at 10 a.m., Then you have to start solving MCQs at 10 a.m. and do it for the period of 3.5 hours, so that your mind is trained in that way and you don't feel sleepy, you don't feel lethargic, and you are very, very well prepared when you are giving your exam. So I think that is enough, and all the very, very best for your exam. This timetable will definitely help you if you follow it. But if you want any further updates, if you want any other video, if we can help you in any way, please comment below and tell us, and we'll be very happy to help you. All the very best.